Hi there, I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney, and today I'd like to talk to you about medical diagnoses and predicting the success of your disability case. And this is a question, I get this question all the time from people on the YouTube channel. And by the way, I encourage you to send me questions. I'd love to answer your question, and there's no such thing as dumb questions. Social Security is somewhat of an opaque topic, and if you have a question, I'm more than happy to try to give you a good answer to it. But I get these questions literally several times a day. Somebody will write in and say, or post a comment, I have retinal detachment. I think that was a person named Layla wrote me, I have retinal detachment. Somebody else wrote me, I have a herniated disc. Somebody else wrote me and said, I had a heart attack last year. This person says, I have terrible PTSD. Do you think I can win my case? And I always give the same response. I don't know, because your diagnosis does not determine whether or not you win. The diagnosis only gives me a framework to understand, what type of evidence the judge might want to see. Remember, the definition of disability for Social Security is, does your medically determinable impairment prevent you from performing substantial gainful activity? Or another way to look at it would be a simple entry-level kind of job. So if you have retinal detachment, what does that mean? Would that prevent you from doing any type of work at all? Even a simple sit-down job. So imagine you had a job, you're sitting at a table and you're putting ink pens in a box, and you've got retinal detachment, which means that you have difficulty with your vision. Your vision's blurry. Well, again, retinal detachment tells me a little bit. Is it in both eyes or is it just in one eye? How bad is your vision because of it? Is it something that's easily correctable? Can it be corrected with glasses? Would a simple procedure correct it? How long have you had it? Are you a surgical candidate? Is it something that can be repaired? How old are you? I mean, a lot of different factors. So simply giving me a diagnosis, I've got a herniated disc. Well, I've got a slip disc, people say, which is really there's no such thing as a quote-unquote slip disc. Is it herniated or is it bulging? Is it pressing upon spinal nerves? Is it causing a contraction of the canal in your spinal cord or in your spine? Does it cause radiating pain into your legs? Is the pain such that it interferes with attention and concentration and focus? Does it limit you from walking? Does it limit you from climbing ladders, ropes, scaffolds, bending, kneeling, stooping? So it's all about the practical implications of your medical problem and how those issues might affect your capacity for work. Medication side effects are a factor there. If you're on a chronic pain medication like methadone, or you're on some sort of a narcotic patch, what does that mean in terms of your capacity for focus and attention and concentration? So it's really the practical elements here. And also a second element to this would be, a judge is going to look at your diagnosis and say, okay, what normally arises from that? If you have a mildly bulging disc at L3 and 4, what does that mean? Well, a mildly bulging disc might mean a little bit of discomfort, generally speaking. Now, again, you can rebut that and prove that it causes excruciating pain 24/7 at a level 10, but generally speaking, if you don't have a herniated disc, a bulge may cause a little bit of discomfort and may limit you from bending and stooping and crawling, but it's not going to limit you from sitting or standing for extended periods of time. So the judge is going to bring his or her own preconceived notions as to what an impairment, what it means practically, what the medications mean practically, as well as what the medical record actually says, and do you have support from your doctor. So the diagnosis, a retinal detachment, a bulging disc, cardiomyopathy, whatever the case may be, osteoarthritis, that just it's a starting point. That gives me a starting point as to what may be going on here, but we need to dig a little bit deeper and figure out what are the practical work capacity limitations that arise from that diagnosis. And only when we've got that firmed up and we really see what the medical record shows and what standard medical protocol would provide, then I would have a better idea as to whether the case would be a winning case. So again, I don't mind the questions, but I will tell you that if you write me and say, I have X, do you think I can win? My answer is going to be, like I said, I don't know unless I have a lot more information there and really a chance to review your file and to see what your doctors are saying. And just it's a much deeper inquiry than simply what your diagnosis is. Obviously, though, I will tell you, just as an aside, the more serious your diagnosis and the more objectively determinable, meaning the more it can be imaged, like with a CT or an MRI or ultrasound or cardiopulmonary function test, the stronger it's going to be inherently. Much more difficult to win cases that are, where there's no imaging. That's why depression, PTSD are difficult, why fibromyalgia is difficult, why any condition, Lyme disease, some immune system disorders, they can be very difficult because it can be hard to objectively determine limitations. But again, Social Security, if you remember nothing else about this video, Social Security is about your limitations from your medical condition and how they impact your capacity for work. So, thanks for the question. That's the best answer I can give you. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube, like it on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the little bell so you'll get notification of new videos. I'm always releasing them. My Facebook page at Ginsberg Law Offices, I'm posting things there all the time, so I would encourage you to like the page so you can see what's coming down the pike. I've got a website called SSDanswers.com where you can subscribe to my Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit. This is a document that used to be a printout document, but now I release it by email because I keep expanding it. It becomes a little overwhelming to look at it all at once, so I release it over email. Right now it's up to 30 episodes delivered every couple of days, so you can kind of learn bit by bit in bite-sized pieces about Social Security. And I think you'll find that very useful. Again, SSDanswers.com. And also at SSDanswers.com, I have a form where you can ask me for a case evaluation. You can tell me a little more detail about your case. Happy to give you my opinion, although again, I would limit that to people who do not already have an attorney. If you've already signed a contract with an attorney, I do not interfere with that attorney's representation, so I would defer on or decline to give you a case evaluation at that point. But if you're not represented, happy to do so. My name is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I do wish you the best. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.